So I think a lot of our social patterns are, again, we were saying about how society make us think these norms that we need to follow. Maybe it's not the norm that you go to the pub on the Friday night. That for me is hell. I don't want to go and sit in a pub on a Friday night. I don't enjoy it. It's too much. I just sit with my bloody earplugs in. It's like, what's fun for that? But for me, every morning without fail, I get up and I take my dog for a walk to my local coffee shop. The guys in there know Coco, they know me, they know my order. That for some odd reason makes me feel loved, makes me feel connected. They ask me what I'm up to. I know about their lives. I know if it's their birthdays or if they're going on a holiday. That is connection for me. That's that little, I call them my micro communities. So I have lots of little tiny micro communities, and that works for me. But for me to have, growing up, I never had big friendship. You had the groups in school, didn't you? I was never part of a group. I was always a drifter. And I liked it, but I wish, looking back now, I had the confidence to be a drifter. I'm still a drifter. I don't have my core set of friends that we always go out on a Saturday night, or no. Things happen when they happen. We'll go and meet for a coffee or a lunch, but it's stuff that I actually enjoy doing. So I would say look at, what is connection to you? What is friendship to you? Because if going to the pub and having drinks with people is your idea of social connection and that doesn't work for you, maybe it's just the type of connection. Maybe it's the environment.
Yeah, I think that's a huge one. And I think, as you were saying that, it's kind of like some of the people I've met on this journey already in 8 months, 8 months, 2 months. I wish it was 8 months. I'd be all through the journey. But 2 months, um, that I've made some friends already. So I message them, we message back and forth. It's like, oh my God, I get to talk to somebody about like all my weird things, and they got weird things. Shout out to Darren because he'll probably be listening. And it's just been so lovely to just, like you said, I literally just said to you earlier, oh, I guess I sit here and talk to you, and then, but it's not really the same thing. It's like, well, hang on a minute. If
But that is
my way of
connection,
connect
yeah.
is to connect with you today in this moment, and that fills my soul, then that's my version. I like to just have really important conversations. I get so bored with just light chat. Like, oh, how are you? See that?
Oh, the mundane, yeah.
Oh my God, someone kill me. It's just like I want to talk about, I want to talk about trauma. I want to talk about, you know, what does nature do to our nervous system? Or just talk about, or if I want to talk about a film, I like to talk in depth about it and what the story's trying to say, what the narrative is, what's the moral viewpoint, So it's because it's more stimulating. So I guess we have to honor our need for stimulation. I guess we need to look into that, you know, focusing more on your work. Do people come to you kind of, yeah, struggling with that stimulation piece? Is that something you see how they just feel flat and lethargic and they don't know what to do, even though they do like things, but they just,
Yeah. So, sorry, I don't know, Owen, if you can hear Coco snoring.
yeah.
Um, she's like a baby pig. Um, the a lot of times when clients come to me, it's often too late. It's not too late. Obviously nothing's ever too late, but it's often. I wish people recognize the need for coaching before they hit rock bottom, essentially. Um, because a lot of people come to me and they're like, I can't carry on. And it's like, okay, well, what do you enjoy doing? Nothing. I don't
Hmm.
enjoy doing anything. And that's now because the brain has flipped onto humans have a negative cognitive bias anyway, but ADHDers, we like our brain loves to go down the negativity route. And that's partly to do with we do in a really toxic way we do get a bit of dopamine from negativity, because it's that doom and gloom, and then maybe we can look at something bright after, and it's the known, so we get dopamine from the pattern and the known behavior, so it's very complex. But um I'd often say if you're in a place where you're just like that, there's nothing I enjoy, nothing brings me joy, I don't want to do anything, I've got no drive for anything, there's no motivation, bring it right back to basics. And at the depth of my depression phase, you know trying to end my life, I don't, that is rock bottom. There's no other for me that I know that the absolute depths of where my brain can take me. Someone told me, this was actually the coach that I had at the time, he was like, where's your joy? I said, there's nothing, there's absolutely nothing. He said, you've got to find something. Okay, fine, I love coffee. I always had coffee. Okay, right, you like coffee. I like making the coffee, but when I was at work I couldn't make the coffee. Okay, well, can you go out for the coffee? Yeah, I can go out for the coffee. And I hated my job at the time. Yeah, I can go out for coffee. I want you to find the joy in that coffee. And I'm not joking. I sat every morning with that cup of coffee and I just went, I really love this coffee. I really love this coffee. And day by day, bit by bit, it was like, oh, I actually really love the walk to get the coffee. And oh, I've never noticed that building before. I really like that. Oh, I saw that dog yesterday. Oh, that person smiled at me. Oh, and the next day I saw them again. And suddenly, slowly, 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 our brain starts taking in more of the joy. And we start to be aware of the things that we like again. But it's not overnight. And that's another trouble with us ADHDers. It's like, well, I'm broken now, fix me. I want the fix. And we want it overnight. We want the button and for it, but it doesn't work like that. And so it's kind of a lot. I talk a lot in my coaching about finding the grey area, because we live on a roller coaster of extreme highs and even lower lows. Finding the grey, which is often a line of boredom, which we do not want to be in, we don't like it, but finding the grey and being comfortable in it and finding the joy in it is a large part of managing ADHD. Sorry, I went off on a bit of tangent there, but yeah, finding your joy. You've got to start small and start being aware. Do you know the oh, what's it called? Bugger, I'm not going to remember. You know, when someone, let's say you're looking at a new car and it's a red Kia, suddenly you're seeing every other car's a red Kia. You know that theory? I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Bugger.
I was just going to
Anyway,
say that to you about the red car thing. You beat me to
it's
it.
it's not that there are more red Kias on the road. It's that your mind is now open to them because you've questioned being open to it. So now
Mm.
you're noticing it. The same with joy, the same with feeling, the same with positive expectation. If you sorry, with looking forward to the future, if you start opening your mind to joy and enjoying things, suddenly things that you enjoy just start appearing.